Freeman. I am currently the COO at BoldIQ. BoldIQ is a software optimization company. So we are an AI optimization company. We work with both aviation customers and logistics and mobile field services to help them optimize their resources. So whether those resources be crew members or be truck drivers or be the assets themselves, we work with our customers to ensure that in real time, they can optimize their schedules to increase efficiency, as well as increase the amount of new jobs and prioritize the work that they're doing on a daily basis. I started in software right after I graduated from college, and I kind of found myself at a software company, and I have stayed in software primarily for my entire career. I have been at multiple different startups that have all been acquired over time. So I've worked at both small startup organizations and operations, and then we've been acquired over time. I keep finding myself back in the startup mode at the smaller companies. Started at Pacific Lutheran University, so a private college, and I got my degree in communications with an emphasis at the time in public relations, and then another degree in business. So I think that actually my communications degree has really paid off over time. From there I went to software companies and did communications, marketing communications, and some public relations, which is very much like sales. So the PR piece of it is very much selling your business, which I think kind of naturally launched me into more of a sales role, an account management role, managing some of the large customers at our company. And then from there, I took over account management teams, customer care teams, professional service teams. So really working kind of customer facing for most of my career. After, about 20 years, 18 years in my career, I went back and I got my master's, my executive MBA from the University of Washington. And that's really helped me set the stage for the executive positions and really launch from, being a director or VP into the C-suite. So that was a really great foundation for not only expanding what I knew about business, but giving me a more rounded picture of business, allowing me to have more focus on the financial aspects of business, some of the strategy pieces of business, and really feeling more confident and comfortable with those pieces of business, and really kind of evolved into my COO role at BoldIQ today. It is very varied. A typical day for me, there is a financial piece of the business and understanding the financials and working very closely with our CFO so that I understand where we're at. I understand that, because we do the strategy around the financials, right? You do a lot of future forecasting around where your business is at today. So I'm really close and I have my pulse on that. But I also work very, very closely with customers. So there's not a day that goes by that I don't have some type of customer interaction, whether that be new business that we're going after. And I am really involved with the sales aspect of it, and still get to pitch the company and do that piece of the job, as well as work with our existing customers and ensure that we're meeting their priorities, that we understand strategically where they're going and how we fit into that, so that we can continue to have these really great partnerships. I also work closely with our engineering team and our CTO to ensure that we're on the same page, and that again we're all supporting our customers and we understand strategically where they're going, where our prospects are at, and where we need to go from a product perspective to maintain relevancy in the market and stay ahead of where our customers need us to be. So I work really closely with everybody in the organization. I also get to work closely with our board members, work closely with our chairman of the board, and do all the board meetings for us. Then I'm also leading a Series B funding round for the company, which is a whole different level. But I got to tell you, I really pull back on my, the sales expertise and all the experience I've had in sales to ensure that we can really move forward with that Series B and have a strong financial picture of the company, but also a strong, strategy for the company, and really sell the company and what we're doing today and our success that we've had. parts of the job, and always has been, is the customer interactions, working with our customers and working with our team. So I really like the people interaction. And there's various reasons I like that. I like the connection with the people. I also like making sure that I understand our customers, and I really understand their needs and wants, and if there's any issues and problems. And I understand, their businesses enough that we can really, as we look at our company and we look at where we want to go, we can match that strategically with the business. So working with customers, working with colleagues, so really trying to network and reach out and work with other colleagues in the industry to understand what's happening with startups in Seattle. Where are we at from a financing perspective, hiring perspective, what are the issues today, and where are the successes, so that, make sure I kind of have my pulse on a bigger picture than just our company and understand that. So I would say that's definitely the pieces of the job I like the most. The pieces that I probably put off and try to do last minute are just, I think some of the probably the more, I guess, not digging into the financials and understanding the financials, but it's not part of where I lean on a daily basis, is wanting to do the numbers and do that myself. So definitely have a strong partner there with our CFO of the company and work closely with her. And sometimes, because it is a small company, I do get my hands in the weeds sometimes. And I get to do, some of the presentations and review some of the materials. And that might be some of the stuff that I don't get as excited about. But I love that I get to get my hands into it and still be really involved in what we're presenting, and how we present the company. It's a great question, and I have worked at both large organizations and small organizations, and it's the same at both. I have had to choose, being a mom too, with 2 kids, now that are both at school from home with the circumstances today. I have just had to set some boundaries for myself on not working until 9 o'clock at night, and it's okay. It's totally okay to take time out. And I think it actually helps a lot to, kind of have these boundaries of when you're available for work and not be available 24/7, because it does allow me time to think about work and to think about things, to, get a little bit further away from some of the day-to-day and some of the, not the crisis, but just the stuff that needs my immediate attention, and take a step back and think a little bit more about the future of the company, about where we're going, how employees are handling COVID, for example, how we can make it easier for them. So I do think setting those boundaries and having a good, hey, you know what, my kids have sports, it's time for dinner, I'm going to take a step back and focus on them and focus on that. But it also does give me a chance to kind of reflect on the company and reflect on the day and reflect on, the next day and the next week and where we're going. For me and where the company's at today, I think that, finishing the Series B for the company is going to be a huge next step. It's also a really interesting and fun part of my career that I haven't done before. I've been very involved as a leader in acquisitions. But to finish that Series B and then allow us to really accelerate our growth will be a really fun time for the company. And, it's a stressful time to be able to accelerate the growth, get the new customers on board, and deliver on that round of money. Will be stressful, but I'm really excited about that. So definitely really focused on BoldIQ, really focused on staying here, and really focused on getting us to that next phase. And, taking us from a small company to a larger company, and hopefully to an acquisition someday. So I'm really looking forward to helping to lead that with the the other executives and team members at BoldIQ. Long term, I don't know. It's I always thought I kind of knew where I wanted to go. I found myself with companies that have been acquired and going to large companies, back into small companies. I think COVID too has just kind of made me think about life in a different manner too, of, do I want to work forever? Do we want to retire? Do we want to move to a smaller town? So I think right now I'm really just focused on BoldIQ and making it as absolutely successful as I can in the next 5 to 10 years, and really focused on that. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what other opportunities present themselves over time. But I think COVID has also taught me not to, think about the future and worry about the future as much, just really concentrate on the here and now. and make the most of it and ensure that we're really successful today. The advice that I have is to be open to opportunities, to, I guess, not plan your future so tight that you can't, just be open to those opportunities that kind of may fall in your lap, or as, you know, things evolve and as things change, to be open to doing that. I can tell you, I never thought I would be at a software company. I certainly thought that I would be at a, you know, a marketing PR type firm doing communications. I stumbled upon doing that within a software company, and I realized how much I love software, and I love the engineering aspect of it, and leading, you know, the industry with new, latest and greatest software, and really trying to break into emerging markets and into new industries with software. But it's definitely not where I would have told you I would be when I was in college. So I think just being really open to new opportunities and open to educating yourself. So find really great people around you, find mentors, find people that have been in the industry that you like, or in different industries. Just find people that have been really successful. Ask them questions, let them mentor you, let them help you. It'll teach you so much. So don't try to plan the future for every 2 to 5 years. It's hard to do with a business, it's hard to do personally, but look for new opportunities and be open to them as they come up. And I think just take advantage of all the people around you.